You know, one of the great things about having a camper van with air conditioning is that even though it's hot outside, it's comfy inside. Let's load these groceries and get to our camp spot, make some dinner. Don't forget, Scott, beer in the freezer. Come along with me. Today we got a special video for you. We're gonna make Korean chicken for dinner, and probably the biggest thing is I'm doing it all in a brand new van. Well, sort of. This is an Embassy RV Dolphin Class B RV, and it's on loan for me for the night. I'm gonna give you a tour of the rig, show you what makes Embassy special. I've never spent the night in an Embassy RV outside of their headquarters once, about a year ago. I'm on my own tonight. We're actually staying at a Harvest Host. I'm super excited, and you don't want to miss a single minute of this video. My name's Scott. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large, all about compact travel. And tonight, in an Embassy RV ProMaster-based van, so we can live a bigger, fuller life. Oh yeah. Elkhart, Indiana, we got some cool things for you. One of the great things about the new Ram ProMaster chassis is this thing drives so much better than my 2018 chassis. This is a 2023 or 4 chassis. Modern connection, Apple CarPlay. It's a familiar territory. It's an all-digital dash, but I gotta tell you, the turning, the steering, the power, the new transmission is so much better. I've met several folks that have upgraded RVs simply because of the chassis itself. And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty smitten. I really like my Ram ProMaster chassis because it's the widest of the body styles, and I don't need the height, and those few extra inches in width make a giant difference on the inside of these build-outs. And Embassy takes really good advantage of every nook and cranny of the wall space. I got the lights on so you can see what's going on back there. I got my stuff kind of tucked in the bathroom. I'm really excited. Thank you to Terry and the team for letting me loan this for the night. And if you haven't seen the video we've done with the Cape Cod tour, that's what I'm staying in tomorrow night. In fact, it's gonna be an exciting couple days here at the Embassy RV headquarters. Have you heard of Embassy RV before? I'm just kind of curious. A lot of folks have found out about them and their craftsmanship and their amazing builds. You know there's no wood in this RV build out, right? No black tank, no solar, no awning, no RV dealers. Not kidding about any of that. The only giveaway that it's an RV is the air conditioner on the ceiling. I'm telling you, this thing is pumping out the heat, pumping out the cold air, ladies and gentlemen. And I kind of misspoke because it's also a heat pump. So it's going to be down to about 50 degrees tonight, and I may actually be using the heat pump to warm the vehicle. Gorgeous, isn't it? This is our Harvest Host site. I'm parking right over here. Space. And the sun is behind me. And like that, camp is set. All right, let me give you a quick tour of the Dolphin twin bed model built by Embassy RV. This thing is really cool. I've stayed overnight in the transit version. I just feel more comfortable in the ProMaster. The roof line is lower. It's lower to the ground. It's wider, like I talked about. So I'm kind of feeling at home already, but let me spin the camera around and give you a run through on this and what makes Embassy special. And a big thanks again for having them sponsor this video. So great. And we got a lot more in store for you in this video, including cooking dinner. I am starving, so let's make this tour happen now. How about this for a view? Yeah, not too shabby. Okay, Scott, the tour starts in here. So again, Ram ProMaster, it's the 2023 chassis. Love this. It's worth buying a new van just for the chassis upgrade. Seat spin around. Storage up here. Storage up here. This is your control panel. It's pretty awesome. I'm happy to say that the temperatures are going to be near 50 tonight, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So we don't need the AC, but we have it if we need it. We'll turn that on for you in a minute. So the way this works, 2 twin beds. They are power sofas. So if I push this button here, I think it's on this side, yes. Driver's sofa, driver's side sofa, see that? So I push this, here it comes. So I'll probably slide that out a little bit tonight and then push the cushions right here down the side, just give a little bit of bolstering. Pretty nice. So that's the deal with the sofa. So they power together. They're twin beds, if you will. And if I push the button again, push the button again, in it goes. Pretty nice. Lagoon style table, we're familiar with these. And again, you can make this come together or have a space, whatever you want to do. Now these are the window covers. I've just kind of stacked them here. I'm not going to use them tonight because I don't really cover up my windows at all. Has a really cool entertainment system, including, are you ready for this? Yeah, love that it takes up no space and it just, again, speaker system. This is their air vent system. This model does have windows that open, which I really do like that. There's a lot of systems down here, so there's not much storage really down below. Water systems, what have you, but there's a lot of storage up here. And speaking of that, here's a number of color schemes that you can choose from. So you're not having to stick with what they build. You can have what you want. So storage. Storage, there's my plates and stuff for tonight. Pretty awesome. And these are very definitely positive locking cabinetry. No wood in this build out. Not a stick of wood anywhere. Here's more storage up here. Right? Oh yeah. This is the furnace heater. We'll definitely not be needing that tonight. Down here we got mood lighting on the floor. Mood lighting on the ceiling. This is a 12-volt German engineered air conditioning system. Let me just turn it on for you right here. Watch this, is pretty cool. And there it is. So it has a thermostat remote here, which is real nice. I was using it earlier today and it's really gets quite cold. I'm going to turn it off because we don't need it. But that's how that rolls. And I like that it's in the middle of the van. My air conditioner's in the back with it in the middle here. So these are vents here, vent here, and there's some vents here. You can really cool the entire interior of the cabin very, very easily. It's still spinning down. Let me show you the galley. We'll be using this tonight to make dinner. Standard microwave. Sink, solid surface, really big sink. Residential faucet, nice. Down here is a little bit of storage. The garbage can. There's my agua. This screen here is to see what the water level is, because they use yacht water liquid bags, bladders, I think they're called. And all the lines, all the water is inside the van. So it's definitely 4 seasons. Over here, this is just a systems closet. You can always tell a good quality RV by looking at the systems and how they've been put together. That's the heater. I think one of the vents. Close that. Over here we've got lots more storage. This is my coffee pot test. You may have seen this in the past. My 5-cup coffee for the morning. This is what we're making for breakfast. Grits and eggs and bacon. Soft close. Lots of storage down here. Close this up. I love this. Big springy netty things. Bulky items, chips, toilet paper, what have you up here. What's behind door number 1 here? I'm cooling the beer. Yeah, power cold. And here's the big fridge here. This is what's for dinner tonight. There's my coffee mug. And that kind of rounds out the galley. Really compact, really space efficient. If we go back here a little bit, this is the more storage. This is my sleeping gear for tonight. That's the embassy sleeping gear. And here's some of the electrical system. Easy to get to and service if needed. over here is more storage. And by the way, this is true. Thank you to an audience angel that supplied that bag for me. There's my towel. We'll be hitting the gym in the morning. More storage. More storage. You guess it, a little more storage down there. If we go on this side, this is the bathroom side. It's this is kind of a funnel fill, because this is where you fill the water. So you can kind of drag your hose in or use water. And more storage, right? Back illuminated mirror that tilts, pretty cool. Hey everybody, peace. And no sink in the bathroom because you can use this sink, right? And then this is where the toilet is hidden, and it kind of tucks right here with a little snap like that. And then this is a Lavio dry flush, meaning there's no water. It's kind of like a diaper genie on steroids. We'll be using this tonight, probably. So no black tank in an Embassy RV. I wish I had one of these. I do like my black tank, but I probably would prefer this, all things being equal. And then that curtain comes down and it kind of covers the commode. And now you have a nice area here to get ready in the morning and what have you, right? Pretty awesome. This particular model is equipped with the cabana. That's what this is back here. There's a little bit of a door, but if this was out and deployed, you'd have like a 6x6 cabana porch tent deck thing. We're not putting that out because we're at a Harvest Host site. But really well built, really well thought out, super popular. What a beautiful evening. All right, next on the agenda is making dinner. I'm starving. Let me give you a little rundown. So it's Korean barbecue style chicken. This is actually a very good brand. What if you've had that before? It's kind of a meal kit. So the first thing we're going to do is heat the chicken. It's going to be, I want more chicken, so we're going to use some of the rotisserie chicken that's been pulled apart. Kind of nice. And we're going to cook the chicken in the tray and then add the sauce in the tray, and we're going to plate the food. We're going to cook it in the microwave. There we go. That is a lot of chicken, actually. All right, chicken is sufficiently heated, so let's add the sauce. Oof, that looks pretty. And this is how we'll be dining tonight. Not too bad, right? Cheers, everybody. That's legit. With a view. Well, let me just say, I did not enjoy that at all. Let me spin this around and just kind of give you a little synopsis of what I'm feeling from the cabin of the Dolphin made by Embassy RV. This is a very different floor plan than I'm used to. Let me just spin this around quick. This part I love. I can do this in my van too, but just this open cab, great room as I call it. I've been watching the comments. Look at this is my Cape Cod video that posted just a couple of days ago, September 1, 28,000 views. 29,500 to be exact. But you know, I just love the kind of the fancy elegance here that I've adopted here of late. I do miss my permanent table, and I wish I had a Murphy bed option in here. That's why I'm not in an Embassy RV, but this isn't bad. It kind of consumes the entire table for one person, so if you got two people, what do? Well, it's got another lagoon mount right here, so you'd have two tables enjoying the view side by side. So that's pretty cool. Again, I just really like the open feeling. This is very different than my van, as you're probably aware. They use marine grade plastics and vinyls, so nothing sticks really to the walls, which gives it a very clean look. Some people like it. I would have a hard time because it's, you know, like sticking stuff to things. But really, that's not a big deal for most people. That's more of a thing for me. The galley's very functional. Just this vast space is just really, really lovely. I do miss my permanent table. And the bed is going to be, I think, pretty comfy tonight overall, but just a home run for the Embassy team. The color scheme, now you can choose a number of color palettes. This is kind of a cream, red, gray, dark gray, white. I love the white cabinetry a lot. It just really brightens it up, and it even has a kind of a white, really light gray refrigerator. Microwave is perfect. It's just a really, really nice fan. I can see why these are so popular. So with that, I'm going to kind of clean up after dinner. Just glad to have you along. Hopefully you learned something today. Got a big day ahead in the morning. We're going to be cooking breakfast for you. Grits, eggs, bacon. Just another day of van life. This is how I roll. Just happens to be in a different rig tonight. Pretty cool. Couple other things here that are kind of unique to the Embassy RV Dolphin floor plan. So this little component here pops up, and if you slide these beds together and use this cushion here, this entire front of the van becomes one massive bed. So if you're the type of sleeper that wants the entire, that's almost a king-size bed, probably, certainly more than a queen, that's how you would do that. The other thing that's sort of unique about Embassy RV is that there's no black tank, meaning it's not a, you can choose a composting or the dry flush by Lavio, and that's what this is. I want to show you what this looks like. I'm not going to flush it until a little bit later, but this is a brand new bowl, if you will. So it's been previously flushed, and if I take a little bit of water, this is what happens. It goes in there like that. And then you use this for urinating a few times. There is a powder called poo powder you kind of put in here, or some people use litter, some people use shavings, and it soaks up the liquid. So you're not flushing every time you urinate. You do flush every time you do number 2. So I'm going to just kind of leave this here, and then when I use this later, when that Coors Banquet does its job, I will put the powder in there so you can see what that looks like. And then probably in the morning we'll demonstrate the flush. But that's kind of what this is. There is no water system associated with the toilet at all. It's pretty awesome, and this is kind of cool. Embassy has put a grab handle here, so it's these kind of little modifications at the factory make a big difference when you're buying a custom van, and they call it controlled custom. So there's some things that they will do based on what your needs are. It's pretty awesome. The open van floor plan is pretty nice, I have to admit. Very spacious, and just great views, right? So imagine if you're at the Moab or out in the mountains. This ain't too bad, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I've removed the side cushions from the back of the bed, and let me just kind of demo this. Have you seen Dune 2 yet? Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome. So if you're on the little bit larger size, you might want that extra space. I don't know. Little pathway to get to the toilet in the middle of the night, and it's again the ones on the top and the bottom. So, and you control this by touching it, right? So go back here and you see what that looks like. Good morning, campers. This was actually super cool. It's about 7 in the morning, 7:30 maybe. I had a really good night of sleep overall, and I'm going to kind of get up and get moving, get the teeth cleaned, etc. Because we want to make breakfast and we're ready for some coffee. But I got to tell you, I'm really liking this van a lot. More than I thought I would, I have to admit. I laid here many hours last night kind of thinking this through in my current state of travel, and would this van floor plan work for me? And I gotta tell you, there's a lot to like about this van. And I just turned on the heat a few minutes ago because it was pretty chilly. Got to 50 degrees overnight, and I did close the windows probably around midnight. And let me show you this. And what we're looking at is the air conditioner and heat pump. Oh yeah, no propane on board an Embassy RV. So let me show you how this works quick, because I was super impressed. Get up. So these folks are going to work already. You know, it's a Wednesday morning. Why not? Only one RV neighbor. You can see him way back there. So this is a remote control, and this is, I'm going to dial down. So I have it on heat mode. You can see that. There's a little, like a sun right there. So I'm going to dial the temperature up so we get a little more heat coming out. I'm going to dial it up to 75. Let's see what happens. So the fan starts. They got the little blades here. It kind of kicks on up on the roof like an AC would, but it's super quiet. The vibration is almost zero. What's great is these you can't touch. It says do not adjust these. There's one in the front. There's one in the back, and then there's this one here. So if you don't want the air blowing on you, you just adjust that. And this thing warmed up real quick, and it even cleared all the fog off the windows. And because it's in the center of the van, it's super efficient. If you want to compare that to where mine is, which is way in the back, it rarely gets cold up here in my van. To get heat, we have to turn the trim on, which works great, but you have to have propane for that. So this has been super nice. I'm going to clean the bed up and get all this squared away. Get the pants on, sort of, and I'm going to show you the toilet, how that works. So if you're eating breakfast, you don't want to watch that necessarily, but this was just a great night. The other thing I really like about this van is these windows. I do not have this panoramic view in my van, and I gotta tell you, it was an unexpected delight. I'm not the kind where I generally close up all my windows, as in terms of covering them. I could, right? But I sort of like to see what's going on around me. Even though I'm sleeping in the middle of the van, I didn't feel any pressure or need to close these up. Now, in some cases you would need to do that for sure, but I'm really liking this. I think the big difference for me between this and the Transit was the chassis style. I just feel more comfortable in this kind of a overall space because it's wider, it's more boxy, it doesn't feel like a long hallway. It's a personal preference for sure. And what's great is Embassy has 3 floor plans on the 3 chassis. So you could kind of choose. What I would choose is one bed over here, and then this is actually a cabinet with a permanent table cabinet top. So I can apply my things I like, my plants, whatever. It could be a workstation. So we'll see if they have one in the factory that's being built to show you that, because I don't need a second bed, and I'd much prefer a stationary tabletop. The Lagoon is not bad, but it's a Lagoon table. Just saying. One of the first things I like to do in the morning is get music going. So we're using Bluetooth. And it's got speaker system 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play some tunes, shall we? All right, you want to see the toilet work? P. Button. And the reveal. Yeah, that's pretty cool. 6 years in my van doing my wet flush toilet, which is great. Black tank got empty. That's pretty convenient. Waiting for the coffee, then we're going to start on the eggs, bacon, and grits. Day of van life. This is what I do. This is how I travel. How would you do it differently, if anything at all? That's what I want to know. All right, time for breakfast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the grits, and then we are going to put the egg on, and then we're going to, this is pre-cooked bacon, put a little bit of that in there, have breakfast, and then we're packing up and getting out of here. Okay, so they're cooked but loose. Let's put an egg or two in. Ow, 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 ow. So this is just about where I like them. All right, let's see how we did. Well, it's been quite an experience. I hope you had as much fun, maybe learned a few things. We made supper, we had movie night. Describe some of the really awesome elements of this Embassy RV Dolphin Class B RV. I'm pretty smitten, way more than I expected, and I've been smitten for a long time with Embassy products. We've got a lot more coming up with them, including staying the night in their brand new B+, some would say a Class C, the Cape Cod. So you don't want to miss a single minute of any upcoming content, because it's all about compact travel to help us explore, travel, discover, happy. My name's Scott. Thank you for watching so much. Really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you soon. Peace be with you. Eyes on the road, Scott.